Everyone, and welcome to Stampin' Chat Live. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Well, tonight is our January release party, and we are so excited. We have special presentations from some of our illustrators. We have brand new stamps and dies, and a brand new kit, plus a couple of surprises. So we are going to have so much fun showing you all of this stuff, and boy, I can't wait to get started. But before we do, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Yikes.
All right. Hey,
Yikes.
We're kind of in coordinating colors tonight.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, that's one. That's one thing, sort of.
Are you excited for the party tonight?
Yeah, you know, you got a lot of stuff up there.
I know.
Ready to go.
It's very exciting.
It is. And, yeah. We're in the middle of a freeze, and you're just going to warm things up, and we're going to have fun and relax and kick back, and maybe a fruit salad or two.
You never know, right?
Right.
There's nothing better than crafting in this cold weather, so this is the perfect time for some fun new stuff.
Stoke it, baby.
Well, let's get started right away. The first thing I want to show you is our brand new incentive set. Let me get a piece of cardstock here that I can put some of these littler things on. There we go. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. I want to show you our brand new incentive set. This is the brand new wonderfully made stamp set. And I love this one. I love the sayings so much. They are so beautiful. Cherish your yesterdays, dream your tomorrows, and live your todays. You know, that's so encouraging, but it's also great for like a graduation or for a retirement, anything like that. And then you are beautifully and wonderfully made, which I think is just a great sentiment of encouragement. Then you can also, if you get this set, you can also pick up the coordinating die set. And this will cut not just the butterflies, but also the phrases. Now, this one is yours free with any $75 purchase. And that means $75 in retail product. That doesn't include any sales tax that might be charged in your state. Or if you're one of our international friends, the small shipping charge that we have to add on. So this is yours free with any $75 purchase, and it automatically ships. You don't have to put it in your cart or anything. And this, I think this is one of my favorite ones so far, really. I love the style of the butterfly. We all have butterfly stamps in our collection, but it's always neat to get something that looks completely different. And I have not seen anything like this before. This one looks a lot like stained glass, too. I think that would be really fun to just dab some color on. So, again, this is yours with any $75 or more purchase. Now, we do have some other small mini stamp sets that we're releasing tonight because a lot of you wanted to see some of our alternate incentive sets. You know, every month we have an alternate incentive, and we don't really show those to you. They're just, if you've already placed one $75 order and you place another one later in the month, you could just write on there, I've already placed an order, please send me the alternative. And we have one alternative available if you place 2 orders this month. Now, we always keep that one kind of secret, and then later on, we introduce it into our collection. We haven't done that for the last 5 months or so, we're adding all of these into our store tonight. These have all been alternative mini stamp sets from the past. So let me show those to you. The first one is this beautiful single peony. So this one is now available, and look at that nice big chunky greeting. Don't you love those big greetings? Sending love, thinking of you, so sorry, get well wishes. And what a beautiful flower to carry. or to color. So this one is now going to be carried in our store. Then we also have this beautiful one. This is Delicate Butterflies. So this one's a little bit different than our new butterfly set. This was an alternative a couple of months ago. You make my heart flutter and thank you for being a friend. This is a 2-step stamp. Great for making fun little backgrounds, especially with the upcoming spring. You know, I'm thinking spring. Even though I'm freezing, I'm thinking spring. Okay, and then we are going to add this one. This is called Sunny Flowers. This was one of our autumn alternate incentives. It had these 3 kind of sunflowery, bold flowers, very delicate, and then these delicate greetings, sending love, so grateful, and birthday wishes. So that one's available now. This one is now available, the Wildflowers, and these are just so much fun. They're like silhouette stamps, but you can add just a pinch of color into them, which makes them very unique. And then may all your weeds be wildflowers, and wishing you a beautiful day. And then this was the one that was the alternate incentive when we introduced the Intracut, and this one people have been going crazy for. It's called Kindness Silhouettes. I've been thinking about you, you are so kind, and I'll always love you, and these gorgeous silhouettes. We can never get enough silhouettes in our collection, right? So these 5 alternate incentives are now available as part of our regular collection. Okay, so now I'm going to show you.
How do they find those on the website?
They should all be in the What's New category. Remember, there's sometimes more than one page of What's New items. So if you click on that What's New filter, you might think, oh, I don't see the kit, or I don't see. Make sure that you page all the way through. And it's possible that Sammy, who loads up our website, didn't put those in the What's New category. She may have just added those right into the mini stamp set category. So if she did that, I'll ask her tomorrow to tag them for What's New, so you'll be able to find them a little more easily. But, you know, if you're looking for them, go into the mini stamp sets and you can see all the different mini ones that we have to offer.
A few people have said that they're there.
Oh, they are there? Oh, awesome. Okay. Cut me off, Tom, if I'm going on too long.
Good job, Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy. Okay, so now I want to show you something else that we had redone. A lot of you are asking for our background stamps. So we had our old ones redone in clear. It's very difficult to get stamps manufactured in rubber these days. And Tom and I used to manufacture all the rubber stamps in-house, but we don't have that capacity anymore. So we decided to do them in clear. But I'm telling you, these clear stamps stamp so well. I used one of them in a sample. I got to show it to you. It's so pretty. So back in action again are the Rose Lace background stamp. I know so many of you have been waiting for these. Rose Lace. Okay. The Music Medley, the Petite Flourish, our Gauze background, our Elegant Script, I love this one, our Diagonal Stripes, and our Delicate Snowflake. Now I'm just doing these super fast because I know you guys have seen these a million times in a million projects that I have done. You know, it used to be that rubber stamps were better than clear stamps, but I have to say, not anymore. The photopolymer has become so good that I think it stamps every bit as good as red rubber. And if you put these on your MISTI, you can always stamp them that way, and you can stamp them more than once. But I'm telling you, I opened one of our new backgrounds, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. I opened one of the new ones, I stamped it one time, and it turned out fantastic. And I didn't even condition it. That's how good these stamps are. So I think you're going to really love them. And if you didn't get them when they were in red rubber, grab them now, because I like too that they have an index sheet on them and you can see what they look like. You know, with the red rubber, we didn't have an index sheet. And so that's kind of nice too. All right. So let me show you now our 2 brand new rubber clear background stamps. I'm so excited about these. I gave you a sneak peek of one, but I didn't tell you that we had 2. So let me show you the one I showed the sneak peek in our Facebook group. This one is called Close Knit. I love this one so much. And it stamps absolutely beautifully. And I'm going to do it for you tonight and just show you what it looks like. But I will give you a sneak peek of one of the sample cards. Can you see it on there? I did it with soft stone ink. Isn't that beautiful? Ah, love it, love it. So this is the close-knit background. I love this one because it looks, it's very delicate, right? It looks like it would be, I'm going to zoom out just a hair. It looks like it would be, you know, perfect for just any kind of winter stamping that you wanted to do, just cozy, right? But somebody pointed out in our group, it also looks like little hearts. So if you wanted to use it for a love background, you could do that as well. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, in the spring in Wisconsin, I'm always grabbing for a sweater. So it would be really pretty behind Easter cards and things like that, because it's the perfect time to have just a light, you know, little cardigan on over your dress or something like that. So I think this is one of those background stamps that will be as popular as the gauze one, or, you know, a Swiss dot folder, just something that you can use all the time. So that one's now available in the What's New category. Also, for those of you that knit and crochet, I think this would be fun as well. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, just fell over. Now I'm going to show you another really fun background, and I know that we're going to have fun using this one together. This one is called Doodle Garden. Isn't this so fun? So this is one of those fun background stamps that for those of you that love adult coloring books, you can stamp this out in black and sit and use your colored pencils or your markers and just color away. It's also really fun to do this with embossing powder, where you do it all with white embossing powder and then you just throw watercolor on top and just let it spread however it's going to spread. You can also do ink blending over it, emboss resist, all those fun kinds of things. So this is a super fun background. Doodle Garden. Can't wait to use it. I mean, I can imagine it in gold or silver. Wouldn't that be gorgeous too? Love this one. And I think this was something that was kind of missing in our collection. You know, something big and bold and fun for the background. Love it. Okay, so that one's now available in the What's New category. All right, now I'm going to show you one of our illustrators who can't be here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit at the overhead. She always comes up with really, really fun, different stamp sets, and she's kind of the queen of words. You know, she has lots of fun words. And I was talking to some of the ladies at work, and some of them didn't know what these phrases meant, but some of them did. Maybe because my daughters use these phrases a lot, especially Rena, so I know that I knew what these meant as soon as I saw them. And if you want to impress your kids or your grandkids, stamp them a card and use some of these sayings. So here it is. This is the beautiful new Slay Queen. First of all, I love the VW Beetle. I love the bug. This card is so cute, and it's nice and big. It's a big size stamp. And then it's got all the kind of hippie, you know, peace sign and the flowers and the hearts, so you can kind of make a throwback kind of card. Then it's got the tablet, which all the kids have their tablets, right? I have mine. Has coffee, and then, you know, I was laughing because there's such a craze right now for the Stanley Cup, and this just kind of reminded me of like that water bottle craze that all the kids have to have the, you know, cool cup. And then it's got happy birthday, it's got thanks, it's got slay. So, and then it's got queen. So the reason why I know what this means is because when Rena does my hair, she'll say something like, after it's all done, and I'll say, oh my gosh, I love it. She'll look at me and go, slay queen. So that just means, you know, that you look awesome, or you did something great. You know, let's say I got a promotion at work, slay queen. So that's what that means. And also pop off can mean the same thing. I was looking in the Urban Dictionary, and you can use pop off like, go off girl, you're doing it. But it could also mean like if you're telling somebody how it is, pop off girl or pop off queen. So there's, I just want to fill you in on what this means, because a lot of you are in my age group, and if you don't have a kiddo that uses this kind of language, and I don't know that the boys use it as much as the girls, you might not know what it means. But now you do, and if you have a granddaughter or a daughter and you want to tell them that they slay, get yourself Slay Queen Stamps and Dies. This is by Beth Saleka. She's got 6 kids, so she knows all the lingo, and she always comes up with something cute. So great job, Beth. I love this one. Okay,
I'll try pop off at the gas station tomorrow.
Yes. See how that works. Then I want to show you another one. I'm just showing you our illustrators who can't be here, and then we're going to get right into our illustrators who are here, and they're going to be sharing tons of inspiration. So this next one is a beautiful set by Hannah Drapinski, and it is called Toss the Bouquet. Look at the size of this flower. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I already know my friend Callie Person made a stunning card with this because she shared it with me. She sent me a text and I saw it. Wow. There are some fantastic ideas using this set out there. You can emboss this in gold or silver or white and just make it a beautiful monochromatic look. Or you can do some full-blown coloring with it, or just color it lightly with a little bit of watercolor and keep it just simple with the line art image. I love this. And I love that you can cut this out and you can pop it up a little bit. Then it's got all of these wedding essential greetings. Congratulations, you can make invitations, RSVP. I think this would be cool to make bridal shower invitations too. And then I love the just married and this wishing you love and laughter forever after. And a whole bunch of other greetings that you'll be able to see on the website. So if you're looking for one of those wedding sets that you can use no matter what, it's got something, everything, invitations, the whole thing. This Toss the Bouquet is great. And if you don't want to use it for a wedding, you don't have to. It's a beautiful floral that takes up a ton of your card. And it can just be a beautiful spring floral, something great for Mother's Day too. All right, that is Toss the Bouquet. So Tom, are we ready to cue up our first illustrator?
I think we're ready.
Okay, because I'm going to break this up a little bit. I'm going to just quick show you her stamps and dies. And let's let Lisa come in, our amazing Lisa Hetrick. Now let's take a look at these. This is called Lift Me Up. Look at the size of this balloon. I love it, and I love Lisa's hand drawing, the way she hand draws things. It's got the basket, beautiful other elements, and great greetings, and a coordinating die set. So I'm going to let Lisa tell you all about it, and she's going to share a ton of inspiration for you. Let's welcome her to the show. Welcome, Lisa Hetrick.
Hi, friends. It's Lisa Hetrick. Hi, Gina. Hi, Tom. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the January release party. I'm super excited to be here. Super grateful to be here with you tonight. I have a brand new stamp set to share with you tonight called Lift Me Up. I'm super excited to share this one. So let's get started. Let's go to the down camera. Let me walk you through all of the inspiration and share the brand new stamp set. Let's do it. Okay, friends. Here is the brand new stamp set, Lift Me Up. You can see that this set is already well loved. I've already been stamping with it quite a bit and really enjoying it. This set also has a coordinating die set available, and it's chock full of really fun images that are based around this wide open, this big honkin' wide open hot air balloon. Okay, sort of like a build your own hot air balloon, however, with a twist. And also some really, really inspiring sentiments. So let me pull in the inspiration for this entire set. This is a painting that I did well over a year ago. And I just thought it was like super fun to do. I ended up turning it into a card, and it's got these cute Cabbage Patch roses and these hearts and this bunting. And I thought this would just be such a super, super, super fun set to do, to painting, to translate into a stamp set. So that's what I did. Okay, so let's take a look at all of the images individually, and I'm going to walk you through them. All righty, here are the flowers that are in the set. So we've got a large and a medium. I'm calling them like a cabbage rose. So when I've painted cabbage roses in the past or in paintings, they kind of look like this. So I wanted to translate that over to a stamp set. And here it is. I call this technique brush dancing, and it's super, super fun. And I wanted to translate that over into a stamp that we could use for our paper crafting projects. And then I have this like a medium and a small, very whimsical, solid flower with a polka pattern. And then these other two medium and small flowers that are open line. So we get quite a bit of contrast in the use of our flowers. We've got open line flowers here and here, and then we have solid. I've got leafery elements. Again, some whimsical leafery elements here. A super cute little heart. Here is that banner or bunting in the set. I've got I hope your day is full of love. You lift me up and lifting you up. And I love this. You lift me up in prayer. So the in prayer is separate, and you can add that to lifting you up in prayer or you lift me up in prayer. Kind of fun. Love that. If you're a big Bible journaler, this is kind of really cool. You could use this you lift me up in prayer in your Bible journaling projects. Now, here is the big honkin' hot air balloon. And then here is the little basket that goes underneath it. So here's the hot air balloon piece and the little basket that goes underneath it. Proportionally, this is a lot smaller in size. So super, super fun. Okay, now let's dive in and take a peek at the inspiration. I'm super excited to share this inspiration. There's so many different things that you can do with this stamp set. And as always, this stamp set is in proportion to all of the other stamp sets in my collection, so you can interchange them and use them. You can also use this stamp set. This image is that big honkin' open spaced image. So it really gives you a lot of opportunity for doing mixed media or watercolor techniques or doing some stencil techniques inside this shape, or layering your stamp and die images inside the shape. And I'm going to show you some examples of that right now. Okay, let's dive into our inspiration. So this card is super, super fun. We've got that bunting banner piece underneath, and I've layered up all of the leafery and the contrast between the solid images and the line art images. I hope your day is full of love. That's a really big honkin' sentiment. It really does take up quite a bit of space on the card, but I really love this card. It's the star of the show. The stamps are the star of the show, and it's just super, super sweet. Love it. Okay. Oops, we've got this one upside down. Let's flip this around. Okay. Here is an example of the hot air balloon. Couple things going on in here. I've got that mix and match look and feel of our solid flowers and our line art flowers up at the top of the balloon, and then the bottom part of the balloon. I'm going to show you in a future tutorial how I broke those two pieces up to make this card. And we've got the little basket here and the bunting piece or the banner piece. That die for the banner is super, super cool. It works with the stamp. So this die, let me just point this out. This die works with the stamp, so you can cut the inner holes and the outer, but also this die acts as its own die. You can get that complete shape from this die, and I'm going to show you in another example. Oh, I just love this card. And this is a little sneak peek at another product that is coming out in tonight's release, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay, here's my next stamp set. Looks like I've got everything upside down, so let's flip this around. Here's my next project, and this is a super simple, creating a little bit of a pattern. If you're looking for a really simple way to create a card, this idea is a really easy and useful one. I've got line art images and I have the solid stamp, just kind of creating a pattern. And on this card, just super fun and lifting you up, just keeping it really simple. Okay, here is another card using the entire shape. So I use the entire shape, that big honkin' shape, for the hot air balloon. And I actually used the die and cut out. So I made the pattern with the cabbage roses and then cut it out to create my shape. And then look at that die. There's the bunting going across. Be Gentle with Yourself is from one of my other stamp sets in my Gina K collection. Added the little basket at the bottom with some leafery. Another little heart from something that's coming out tonight. But super cute card. Love this color combination. Very cute. Okay, this card might be my favorite. This card might be my favorite, friends. I love this card. So it might be my favorite, although I really love the way everything turned out today. Okay. So I've got that cabbage rose right here, just super, super cute. And I did a little bit of a washy watercolor technique with it, with this one and this one. I've got that You Lift Me Up image, sentiment. And the sentiments also have dies to cut them out. And that's something new that we've been doing in the Gina K lines. And I just added that in. It's just a little something extra with your set. If that is something that you really like to do, it does create some really nice crisp lines around your sentiment, which I think is really, really cool. Okay, so I've got this little basket here. You can see that the balloon is in the background, super, super cute. Added some of the leafery images and the solid florals. That little bunting is right underneath there, that little flag bunting. But the really cool thing I like about this is we've got that shape underneath, and I've used that top of the shape to just kind of nest my floral images to kind of create this whimsical and super, super wonky look to this card. I love this You Lift Me Up. I could have added In Prayer right here and just kind of sent that to somebody. That would have been really fun. Okay, this card is super fun. It's just giving you a little sneak peek at another product that's coming out tonight that I added into the hot air balloon. I popped in Thinking of You from my Just a Little stamp set and just kind of did this super, super simple look. It almost kind of looks like a light bulb. So a little teaser to some inspiration and some future video content that I'm going to be sharing. Some alternative ways to use the hot air balloon and kind of make it fun. Okay, friends, let's take another look at the stamp set. Here is the complete stamp set, Lift Me Up, and the coordinating die set. It is now available at GinaKDesigns.com in the What's New section, or you can click on the Stamps by Lisa Hetrick over on the left-hand column and you'll see it there. As always, friends, I have a brand new card idea sheet for the Lift Me Up stamp set with 8 brand new card ideas. Lots of different ideas that I didn't share today. I think this one might be one of my favorites on here, but lots of different combinations of things that you can do with this stamp set. I hope you enjoyed the Lift Me Up stamp set reveal as much as I did sharing it with you. What a really fun and whimsical way to start off the brand new year. Thank you for inviting me into your homes tonight. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tom. Friends, I will be going live this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern with a brand new technique tutorial with the Lift Me Up set and something else in my stamp set line. So I hope you enjoyed this reveal. Grab some coffee or tea or your favorite drink. Tonight's release is fantastic. So many amazing things being shared. So sit back, enjoy, and I hope you have a really fantastic evening. Thanks so much, friends, and I'll see you next time.
Lisa, your cards blew me away as usual. And you're right, it does. That one card looked just like a light bulb. And tell me, guys, weren't you just blown away at that very first thing that she showed you with all the cabbage flowers, and it was all watercolored and kind of oh my gosh. Lisa, your cards were beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of that beautiful inspiration. Now I have to tell everybody, Lisa made this video quite a bit ahead of time, and then she did find out that she has another commitment on Friday, so she's changing her next live from Friday to Thursday. So watch her on Thursday. She'll be going live on Thursday instead. So she asked me today, do you want me to redo the whole video? And I'm like, no, Lisa, we'll just make sure that everybody knows. So Lisa, your Lift Me Up set is beautiful, and I can tell just by all the comments that everybody is so excited about it. Thank you for being here tonight. Now, I just wanted to stop by and say hi to everybody. I did pop into our Facebook group and said hi to everybody over there. Popped into our Facebook page and said hi to everybody over there. And before I could get onto Twitch, Lisa was done, so I had to come back. But hello to everybody watching from Twitch. All right, well, now before we welcome our next illustrator, I'm going to show you one more stamp and die collection from another illustrator that can't be here tonight. You all know her and love her. She's been here quite a bit, but she had another commitment as well and didn't have time to make a video. So I have Areta's new beautiful collection. So let's take a look at it. This is the beautiful Believe in Miracles. This is in here crooked for some reason, so ignore. These are fine. It's just in there crooked. This is called Believe in Miracles, and I just love the bold line image of this set and how beautiful that large floral is. I love how she added extra small ones that you can actually stamp and cut out and then pop up right on top of this large element. Just beautiful. And then these gorgeous greetings. Believe you can do anything. Believe that better days are ahead. Believe that God can work miracles. Believe in magic. Believe in miracles. Believe there is a better plan. And believe in yourself. I will be using this set so much because all of these are so encouraging. And making cards of encouragement, I think sometimes are more important than making a birthday card. Because when somebody has opened up to you and they're feeling down, that is not something like a birthday where they're getting flooded with cards. That is a time where they might be really dealing with something. And having stamp sets where you can make a card and send it off and just kind of let them know, I know I've been talking to you, but I want you to know you're on my mind. Even when I'm crafting, you're on my mind. There's something so special about that. Now the coordinating die set here has the big die that you can cut out the big flower, also these, and then you can cut out the word believe. So these can be either cut out just with a paper cutter if you wanted to do kind of a rectangle thing, or you can pop up the believe and then have the small words stamped under it, so you've got a little bit of dimension in there between the two parts of the greeting. So this is a beautiful set. Areta, I'm sorry you can't be here tonight, but if you watch the replay, I want you to know that I'm watching the comments and everybody absolutely loves what you've done here, and I know we're going to see a lot of beautiful inspiration from Areta and our designers, and also from all of you when you get yours. Okay, so next up, we have one of our newest illustrators, which is Deborah Warner, waiting in the wings. And tonight, she came up with, well, not tonight, but tonight, she's going to show you inspiration using this fantastic stamp set called Best Friends. This is so nice because all of these greetings are big enough to fit right on the front of a card. It can be your whole focal image. And then you can use lots of those beautiful backgrounds that we've created together over the years to kind of add the color and the interest behind them. They're like poster board sayings, except they're a little bit frilly and they're perfect for your girlfriends. Life is better with coffee and a friend like you. Girlfriends are like a fine wine. They're great now and get better with time. Best friends are the sisters we choose for ourselves. Love that one. And best friends are never apart, maybe in miles, but never in heart. I love it. So Debbie's going to show us a bunch of cards that she made and tell us a little bit about the inspiration for this set. So let's welcome her to the program, Deborah Warner.
Hi everybody, Debbie Warner here. Thanks for joining us for our January 2024 release party. Thank you, Gina and Tom, for having me. As you know, I always enjoy our release parties, and I'm so happy to be here. It's cold in Wisconsin. My goodness, we have below zero temperatures, and I'm sure many of you do as well. So stay warm. All right, tonight I have a stamp set that features just 4 stamps. These stamps are intended to be used on the front of your card or on a tag for the focal point. The 4 greetings are, it's called Best Friends, and the 4 of them are, life is better with coffee and a friend like you, and all the girls at work know Debbie is a coffee snob. I love my coffee and I love my friends. Then the next one is girlfriends are like fine wine. They're great now and get better with time. And then I have best friends are the sisters we choose for ourselves. And the final one is for those friends that you have that live across the miles. It is best friends are never apart, maybe in miles, but never in heart. So that can be used to send things to your girlfriends that live across the miles. So, all right, let's get started on looking at some of the samples that I created for tonight's release. I will go to my overhead shots and explain to you how I made some of these. All right, let's get started.
On my first sample, I used our Grateful Snowflake stencil in warm cocoa ink on a craft tag that I had cut. I used white embossing powder for the greeting and really love how that white embossing powder pops. The second one, I used the second to smallest tag in our decorative tag set. Cut that out of sea glass and just used the top of it and sandwiched it between 2 squares, one white with the greeting on it and the other one in back, as the color of the ink are both tranquil teal. The third sample there, I used our decorative tag set again, and I created a stencil using our heart cover plate. And then I stenciled that in soft stone and stamped the greeting in red velvet. The final tag is for a wine bottle. I cut that out of cherry red cardstock. I cut a rectangle 3.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and then I scored it at 3.5, creating a square at the top to fit over the top of the bottle. I cut a circle hole in there using Master Layout 7. I rounded the corners with my corner rounded. That's just an additional step. You don't need to do that. I stamped a Petite Flourish background stamp on the top and then the greeting, and both of those I embossed with our beautiful gold embossing powder. I'm sharing this picture so you can see how the hole at the top of the tag slips over the neck of a wine bottle. On this card, I used watercolor paper, and I smushed Gina K inks on a glass mat and then went ahead and picked up those colors with a big paintbrush and watercolored the background. The colors I used are Sweet Corn, Peach Bellini, and Innocent Pink. Then I went ahead and made sure it was completely dry before I embossed the greeting in our gold embossing powder, and went ahead and edged the card in gold embossing powder as well. I taped that onto a barely there card base and finished it off with some of our soft white pearls. On this card, I cut a white panel using Master Layouts 12, the stitch panel, and I put that onto a bubblegum pink card base. I then used our new heart die, and I cut it out 4 times using Passionate Pink, Dusty Rose, Innocent Pink, and Bubblegum Pink. I attached those to the white panel, and then I went ahead and cut an oval out of vellum. And I used our Master Layouts 9 to cut that oval. I then went ahead and gold embossed the greeting on there and added a couple of the hearts that actually came out of the die. It's really cool. You get all kinds of hearts when you do that. And then I went ahead and attached that to my card base. This sample is a mini slimline shaker card. I used Master Layout 7 for the panels. For the shaker hole, I used Master Layouts 11. My cardstock is ivory, charcoal brown, and craft, and the ink I used is charcoal brown. Inside my shaker window, I did use Bitty Backgrounds, the polka dots from Bitty Backgrounds, to go ahead and stamp that in there. And my shaker bits, they're actually coffee grounds. This is a 5x7 card. I use key lime for my card base and black and white cardstock. I did cut out the botanical duos and one of the leaves from Foliage Village in our white cardstock, and then I colored them with my alcohol markers. I wanted to try to see if I could get a close match to key lime, and I think I did pretty good. So it came together. I think it's really a bright and cheery card.
Hope you found my samples inspiring and maybe gave you some ideas. I always like to share what I enjoyed the most, and it was a tie this time. I think it's this card. It's a shaker card because you know Debbie loves shaker cards and Debbie loves coffee. And this shaker card actually has coffee grounds in it. So this is definitely a favorite. And of course then the bottle of wine. I'm sorry, not the bottle of wine, the wine tag. And I will try to do a little video on just how I did these. It's super simple. So anyway, those are what I would call my favorites for this time. So as always, please share your work in a group and tag me so I make sure that I see them, because I love to see what you do with my stamp sets and the stamp sets from the other illustrators on our team as well. So anyway, have a fabulous rest of your day. And I know I said good evening when we started, but for some of you, it may be good morning, it may be good afternoon, it may be good night. So have a rest of your day and make it fabulous. Bye-bye.
Debbie, those samples were adorable, and it's so funny that Debbie said that because she was in our break room today. Debbie also works here at Gina K Designs. That's where she got her jacket. We did have Gina K Designs, t-shirts and things like that our staff can get. And I walked into the break room and I'm like, who made coffee? It smelled like a Starbucks. And Debbie said, that was me. I'll make you a pour over if you want. So she's not lying when she says she loves coffee. And she might like wine too. She sure loves tags and she loves shaker cards. And Debbie, every single one of your tags and cards tonight were fantastic. I love your new set. It's available now at GinaKDesigns.com in the What's New category. Thank you so much for your time tonight, Debbie. We had so much fun with you. Okay, well now we have another illustrator waiting in the wings, and I want to give you a quick sneak peek of her new set. This is called Fresh Flowers 2, and it coordinates with her original Fresh Flowers set, which means that it also coordinates with that same original die set. So if you had purchased the original set and the original die set, you already have the dies you need to cut these out. However, these are line art renditions of those flowers, and you can use them with the solid ones to do two-step stamping and a whole lot more. Melanie Menchinger is going to show you all of these beautiful ideas that she has. She's waiting in the wings. So let's welcome her to the program. Welcome, Melanie Menchinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Menchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Thanks so much for coming out for our January party. I am super excited to be telling you about my newest set from Gina K Designs, Fresh Flowers 2. Now, Fresh Flowers 2 is a line art version of the already released Fresh Flowers. And so I had a bold set here of gorgeous flowers, stems, leaves, and 3 different containers that you could use to make cards year-round for all occasions. This is the follow-up, and this has beautiful line art images that coordinate with those containers and flowers. You are going to love coloring this, two-step stamping these images together, or doing all sorts of collage and different kinds of stamping and inking techniques. Can't wait to show you all of my samples. This is a 2-for set, like my beautiful butterflies that came before, meaning that you've already got the dies if you have the dies for fresh flowers. So you won't need to purchase the second set of dies. If you don't have the fresh flowers or these die sets already, then you are definitely going to want to get it now, because you're going to be able to cut out all of these little images perfectly. And by the way, Gina's new Intricut is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I donated my other embossing machines, so it's so good. Here is a sample though, showing how I have stamped the new line art flower in black into my die cut image. Then I stamped it in yellow with the older version of that coordinating image. And so now you can fill these in without doing any coloring with every ink pad that you can have. Or you can use the line art images to stamp onto any colored cardstock you have, and then it's already colored for you with that cardstock showing through. So versatile. So let's go ahead and get right into these stamps. And Gina might have pointed out some of these things to you already, but I will be talking about them as I show you the cards. So this was the first card that I made with the set. I just wanted to create a really pretty arrangement. I've got the happy birthday on here. So with this set, you're able to make many thanks, happy birthday, happy anniversary, and thanks a bunch. I've got hi in the other set, so that covers so many different things. But I've got the tall clear vase here. There is an oval in the set that will fit into all of the different containers that you can use high or low to create a water line. That's really pretty. You could also stamp it in a very light color. I didn't do it on any of these samples, but I'll show it in a video, in a very light gray, like one of those Barely There amalgam inks that Gina has, and then color that in to create your shadow underneath. That's another way that you can use that oval image. But I've got just all of those images popped up there, those die cuts, and then these are colored with my alcohol markers. Oh, I just love that so much. And then I use the master layouts here for my framing on the innocent pink paper. The next card, I wanted to show you one that just stamps with your pads, your ink pads, but doesn't have any coloring. So I have got some of those gorgeous flower outlines, and you can see there's a lot of shading built into all these images. So even if you're just stamping the line art image, you're getting a lot of color there on these flowers. Then I use the bold little leaf bit that's in this. So you've got a bold and a line art leaf bit in there, and that just gives you a little bit more versatility when you are creating your backgrounds and such with this. And I've got the thanks a bunch on here, and then I just popped up that little butterfly, and I have that in the Blue Lagoon ink, and then I just rolled the edges with black, and it just gives it a beautiful glow. Love this card. The next one I want to show you, I did some coloring here and just some simple die cut flowers, no container. So what you see here is 3 of those different blooms. They are filled in with just some very simple coloring here. And then I've got some of the leaves and another happy birthday. The next one that I want to show you, I have got just a simple flower on here, just nothing like a clean and simple card that you can make with a flower. So I just have this stamped in the black with the new fresh flowers. I just popped in the coordinating bloom from the fresh flower set to make it red, added just a little shading around the edges, and then did a little drop shadow with my gray marker to make a really clean and simple classy anniversary card. This next one I think is really fun. I used one of the master layouts, the window die, and I did some paper piecing here. So I just cut out that vase with some of Gina's pattern paper, and then I stamped the flower here on innocent pink paper with some of the red hot ink, and then same for the leaf and the stem die cuts. These are on the Lucky Clover, and then they are stamped in fresh asparagus. And then I just did a very simple background with the blending brushes and the turquoise sea ink and the lucky clover and grass green, excuse me, to make that background. So I just think that is super fun. And I left the greeting off because I'm just not sure what I'm going to use this for, but I think it would be wonderful as a thank you or birthday or maybe a get well card. The next one that I'm showing, I wanted to do just a little stamping to show how fun these elements are for wreath making. And so I have got the bold and the line art, little leafy bit there. I haven't had my coffee. The word for when you do every other. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Then I've got some of the butterflies, and then this might be my favorite flower in the set, but it's really hard to pick. And then some of those little bits. So those are all die cut on top of my little stamped wreath that I made on some of the sweet corn paper. And I did many thanks here. This next one, I don't have any leaves. It's just kind of more of a contemporary design. So I've got one of these flowers die cut, and then the others just stamped on. So these are all filled in with the previous fresh flowers set. So you don't always need to do black when you're doing the two-step stamping. So I've got each of these in a deeper color, a deeper orange, a deeper pink, and a deeper purple, and then filled in here. I believe I used the peach Bellini, the innocent pink on top of the passion pink, and then I used some of the lovely lavender pink on top of the wisteria. And then I just used a marker, or you can use that little filler center from the first set to just stamp those middles in yellow. And then I just have the script happy, happy, happy going across it. I just think that's such a fun card. This one is one of my favorites, and I used another product that we released tonight, this beautiful doodle design background. I thought this would make a great looking wallpaper. So it looks like you're in like a sunny kitchen or dining room on this wild dandelion paper. I have stamped these flowers tone on some of the wild dandelion paper, and then just cut them out with the die cuts, did a little bit of white pen in the center for to make those little center pollen pop. And then I used the new butterfly. There's a butterfly in both sets to actually stamp all over the open vase so that I could create kind of a ceramic looking vase, one of those, the Delft, the blue ceramic, and I just think that's so pretty. And then I just used a scrap of white cardstock on the bottom to create my little tablecloth. But this is stamped in the powder blue, and then the high is from the first set. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these samples. I can't wait to make more and show you how to use all of these fun containers, how to do the water. It's so easy. Anybody can create these cards, and I just know that your recipients will love them. Thank you so much for joining us for our party today. I hope that you are having a great 2024 so far. Can't wait to stamp with you and chat with you in our Facebook group. So anyway, that's all for me today. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Melanie, again, you knocked it out of the park. Those cards are absolutely gorgeous. I love that blue vase too. I've seen that kind of ceramic, those ceramic vases, and they're very, very popular. And that's a great use of that butterfly stamp. I love it. I loved all of Melanie's cards. Melanie will be sharing an inspiration sheet in our Facebook group. So if you're not a member, head over and join. It's Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. It's okay if you don't like Facebook. You don't have to go anywhere else on Facebook. You can even create your own name, like Susie Stamper, that could be your name, and then join our group. The only thing I have to say is make sure you answer our questions when you join and agree to our rules, or our moderators are not going to approve you. But we would love to have you over there. It's a private group. Nobody can see what we talk about, but we've got about 44,000 members, I think, pretty close to it, maybe more now. I don't even know, but it's the most supportive crafting, card making group on the internet. Everybody just pumps each other up and answers each other's questions and helps each other through. So if you want to join a Facebook group that's really nice on the internet, our Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends group is great. We have a files section over there. Our illustrators always upload their files there for all of their inspiration sheets, for all of their stamp sets. And, you know, there's all kinds of other goodies in there as well. All right, everybody. Well, thanks to all of our illustrators, Melanie, Lisa, Debbie. Your cards were beautiful, and we love that you always make time to share inspiration with everybody on release night, so they have ideas as soon as their sets come. Now I have a couple other things that I want to show you guys tonight. Now the first thing is we have some new standalone dies that I want to show you. There's been sneak peeks out there that you've already gotten to see a few of them, but the first one I want to show you is this one here. This is our brand new swirled heart die. This is a big die. I want to show you how pretty it looks when it's cut out. It's got a filigree look to it, which I think is gorgeous, and this would be perfect for weddings, of course, for Valentine's Day. But the thing that I love about hearts is hearts are good any time of the year for any occasion. If you wanted to do another card like my topper card, this is a great heart to add on the top of the card. That's one of my recent videos. You can go and check it out, how I did that. But this is a beautiful heart. We have other hearts in our collection, but we didn't have one that had this scroll kind of pattern. So we thought we needed a filigree, and now we have one. I can't wait to use this with birds and flowers too. I think it's going to be beautiful. So that is our new swirled heart die. Now we also have this brand new Love You. This is the Ornate Love You. So it's got a big love, and it's got a shadow die, and then it's got a scripty U, and then it's got a shadow die for that. Now remember our love trio had the word love scripty? Well, now you have the word you scripty going across. And I want to show you what they look like cut out. So parts of them are open, parts of them are just debossed in there, like around the E, and there's just little different elements in there. They're so cute. And then here's what the U looks like. You can use it by itself or with the shadow layer. And so that's a good one because you can also use the U separately if you have other greetings in your collection, like I'll always be there for you. You can mask off the word you and stamp that and then add a scripty U underneath. So there's lots of ways to use these two dies together, and you can mix and match them with our other love trio, so then you can have all kinds of combinations in there. So this is now available as well. Okay, I wanted to cut them out because I always think it's easier to see, you know, if you can see what they look like cut out ahead of time. Love that. And here, let me show you the heart up close too. So there you go. Those are so fun. Now we also have this other die here, this die called the Heart Chain, and you saw that in Debbie's card. I thought what I would do is cut this one in person for you so you can see what Debbie was talking about and what's left behind. And then I want to tell you a little trick that you can use to create a border that actually doesn't use the die itself. This is what the die looks like cut out. Let me get a piece of white cardstock here. This is what the die looks like cut out. So it's a beautiful border for across your card. Now you could take any card, this is the wrong color of course, but you could take any card and create a border across the center. You can cut out a bunch of them and make it look like a full cover plate if you want. And this is super fun. But let's cut it out together so I can show you another little trick that you can do. I love the tricks, you know, I love the tricks. Okay, so let's cut this out with some red, if I can find a piece. No, we'll cut it out with, I've got some Passionate Pink here. Got a piece of Passionate Pink. So let's cut it out with Passionate Pink. Why not? So I'm going to cut this out with Passionate Pink. You can do so much, you're right. With the chain you can do so much, and with hearts you can always do so much. So let me move this out of the way, put this back here, and then I'm going to get a piece of white cardstock, and let me get my little paper cutter just to cut this out. This is just a piece that I was working on earlier. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you, this is what the chain looks like. So let's pop these hearts back out where they were. Okay. you want to make sure that you just pop out all the hearts. Now, like Debbie said, these are great for shaker mix. They're great for hearts for wherever you want, wherever you want to use hearts, you could definitely use them. But here's something fun that you can do as well. So I'm going to just put this little heart chain right here as if I was going to use it as a border. And then I'm going to use a piece of Masking Magic, a little strip of Masking Magic actually. I like to use the Masking Magic strips to just hold things in place. So let's do that. I'm just going to hold that in place right there so it doesn't move. And we'll put one at the bottom. Excuse me. Okay. Just going to hold it into place down there. Then we can take some glue and we can fill the glue in here. I'm doing this very quickly without a lot of precision just to show you we're actually using the hearts themselves as a template. And then we can pop these. Let's get these out of here. Let's see, maybe we just pick them up. That's probably all we need to do. So you just want to make sure you have the right ones, and then you're going to pop them in to this template. You could pick them up with a tweezer if you want, or if they're loose, you might be able to pick them up with your pick and stick tool like that. But if they're not loose, sometimes when you die cut, things, they stick to the plate a little bit, but you can try using your pick and stick tool and see if they come up easily like mine are here. You see what I'm doing? Picking these up, popping them into place. We've got that glue all in there. All right, I don't need them all, but I need all the ones that you can see. There we go. All right. So now we've popped those into place. Now we can gently remove the border. And we've got a little border of freestanding dies, or freestanding hearts, that we could just trim that edge off going across the center of our card in that same kind of pattern. Now, if you wanted to, and I don't know where I dropped my other one here, you could replace a white border on there. You could put this red border on top if you wanted to have a two-tone look like that. Isn't that fun? You just pop that right on top. Now you have little outlined hearts. So you can use it as a kind of a border, and then you can shift it, you could cut a whole bunch of them and you could shift it and just create hearts all over the back of your card that way. So that's just another way to use it. It looks kind of silly like this, but if you get a pair of scissors and you just cut the excess off the sides like that, then it kind of makes a little bit more sense. It's easier to see from the back, I've discovered. Let's see, now you have just a freestanding heart border. So that's kind of a fun thing that you can do with that. So I just wanted to show that to you and to remind you not to throw away the hearts because they are super fun to use for other things. They can be used just as single little embellishments, or if you want to put them in a shaker mix, you can. Okay, so that was just one thing to share. Now, I want to show you something else that we have. Before I get to the kit, I know there's still a kit, can you believe it? But I want to show you some brand new poly glaze and a brand new foil mates pack that we have. See, we were one of the first people to come up with foil mates. We did foil mates years and years and years ago, before ThermoWeb even had them. And my friend Dawn, who I love so dearly, who I knew from a magazine, she and I worked together on a magazine. I would send projects to her, and she was the editor, I believe, of that magazine. I think it was Crafts and Things. Am I right about that? Dawn, if you're watching, correct me. But it was a great magazine, and I would submit projects to her. And so she and I were friends, and she lived in Illinois. I lived in Wisconsin. and she saw my foil mates, and she had gotten a job at ThermoWeb. So she came up to see everything, and then she said, I think we could do a fun collaboration with ThermoWeb. And she introduced me to the people at ThermoWeb, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So then I brought my foil mates technology that I had done for a few years to ThermoWeb. And then we started doing foil mates together, and they are the black toner product. Then I came up with polyglaze, and I've been doing more of the delicate stuff in polyglaze, but I still think there's a great place for those foil mates. So we have a brand new foil mates collection, and here it is. This is called Be My Valentine. I love this one, and I do find that some of those big, thick, bolder designs really do work very nicely with toner. So this is called Be My Valentine. Here's the whole look at all the different designs, and you get 3 sheets in here. So you have 3 times 9, 27 cards or tags you can make out of this one pack. And these are, we don't just run it through one time. We run it through many times to make sure that we've got a lot of toner on there. And because of that, I want to show you how beautiful they foil. So let me go close up so you can really see. And I did the chunkiest designs here so you could really see. I did the Love You So Much. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Best Friends Forever. I did that one. And I feel like, you know, some of these are for Valentine's Day, but some of them are for all occasions. I Love You So Much. And I did this one too, Be My Valentine. So I wanted to show you on the chunkiest ones how well they take the foil. This is the Gina K Designs Radiant Red foil, but you can use any kind of deco foil in the tubes, or any of the Gina K fancy foils work great with this pack of foil mates. Now, couldn't let this release go without some brand new polyglaze. So here are 2 new polyglaze designs. We have our Tiny Hearts, which is very similar to our flurries. What I did was I took our flurries pattern and I substituted all the stars and I put hearts in there. So hearts for stars. So it's going to give you that same look, but with hearts this time. And then our Hugs and Kisses. So let me show you what they look like foiled. I did them in the sterling. So this is the Hugs and Kisses, which is so fun. And then here are the Tiny Hearts. Aren't they so cute? Hearts are good anytime, not just for Valentine's Day. And it's such a subtle little background, kind of like the stars in the flurries. So, you know, if you wanted to do stars for a boy and hearts for a girl, you could do that. Doesn't really matter, but it just gives you more options that way. And of course, the flurries do look like snow, but they're actually tiny stars, so they can be used year-round as well. So these are our 2 new polyglaze, Tiny Hearts, Hugs and Kisses, and our brand new Foil Mates designs, Be My Valentine. Look at all that shine. Okay, so I had to show you that. Now it is time. I'm looking around here, nothing else, right? Now it is time to show you the brand new kit, and I just love this kit. Okay, so we did some really neat things with this kit. Instead of doing just stamp and die collections, we did 2 bundles in here and a stamp and die collection. Now, people were asking me, has the price changed? Nope, still the same, $59.95, and you know what a value our products are in the kit, especially when they go into our regular collection, and you see that they are, you know, they're our regular prices. The thing about the kits is we don't wholesale our kits. So our kits are being wholesaled directly to you. That's what we do. So, you know, you get a great deal when you buy it in this bundle like this. So this is called Hello Lovely card kit. Look at how small everything is on this index sheet because there's so much in here. My daughter Alicia had a little something to do with this one, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So in here, you get the Coffee Critters stamp set, the Coffee Critters die set, the Modern Floral stamp set, the Modern Floral die set, and the Modern Floral stencil. You also get the Lovely Flowers stamp set, the Lovely Flowers die set and the Lovely Flowers layering stencil set. And this is a 6-piece layering stencil set. So let me show you what these look like. So first of all, everybody was freaking out about this one. They love this. Debbie, I know Deborah Warner loves it because it's coffee, but it's got these cute little animals in here. And look at how cute they are. They're holding cups. This guy isn't, but we have cups that we can put right by him. And it's a bear, a fox, and a llama. And then we've got these greetings. Miss you a latte? What's the tea? If you don't know what what's the tea mean, that means like, what's the news? What's the gossip? What's the latest? What's the tea? Love you so matcha. Matcha is one of my daughter's favorite drinks. Alicia, she loves matcha. Coffee talk. This is something Alicia and I say to each other just about every other day. I'll text her and say, coffee talk? And she'll say, get my coffee now. And then we'll FaceTime and we'll talk about something. So coffee talk, that's kind of, you know, I would send her a card like this. And when she'd get it, I know she would FaceTime me. How have you been? For the coffee beans. And life is better with friends. And coffee. So you get the full die set that cuts out all of those greetings as well. Both of these are in the kit. Okay. Then we're going to go to this one, Modern Floral. So I'm going to have to demonstrate this one for you. And I think my friend Kathy Zilski actually made a video using this one because when we designed this one, we made it loose. It's very loose, and I did a little sneak peek showing you what I mean by loose. When you see the flower and the line, it doesn't line up. It's not supposed to. This is supposed to be like color and then kind of like a sketchy outline around it. And I think when you see it in action, you'll understand what it's supposed to look like. Now, I will say, let me find the die set for this one. Where's the die set? Did I take it out already? Oh, here it is, right in front of me. I'm looking for the stencil. Okay, so here's the stencil that goes with it. So this is like a bundle. So you have this stamp set that has the word friend, which you can also cut the shadow layer out. It's got all of the things that you can put with friend. Sweet friend, hello friend, best friend, love you friend, lovely friend, miss you friend. And then it's got 2 strip sentiment dies in here that are smaller than any of our other strip sentiment dies to use for these single words. So you can use these with other stamps in your collection. I'm sure that you've got those single word stamps that you wish you had a little sentiment strip die to cut them out. Now you have them. And then if you're going to stencil on the die cut, I suggest that you cut the die out first because it makes it easier to line up the stencil. Now, it's got this 3-part stencil to create that loose flower. If you haven't seen the loose flower, head over to our Facebook page, look on the featured tab, and look for the sneak peek on this, and you'll see exactly. Also, look on our banner. Look at the banner at the end of the video tonight, and you'll see I used those flowers, and I laid it out just like that. That's how it's going to look when you stamp it. So you get the idea, right? That's what it's going to look like. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad you had that. And then it's also got these flowers here, right here, that work with this stencil. And Tom, can you show the banner one more time? I added it into the banner right over the word stamp. You can see that's what these are going to look like. So we used kind of the whole thing in that. And then it's got this kind of random heart pattern. And this is just to create a grounding image. It's not meant to cover your whole card. And you know I like to do that with full-blown 6x6 stencils, where I just have a little bit of color in the center of the card, and it's great for placing die-cut pieces. So we're going to definitely be using this, and I'm going to be showing you lots of stuff with this. You can use it as a full background, or you can use it as that single flower as the focal image. Then we've got this other collection here. And this is the Lovely Flowers. Now this has this big, bold flower image here. It's a line art image. It's got nice lines. It's got all of these words. Hello, lovely, love you. Hello, sweet friend, sending love, and you are very loved. And then it's got a full die set that's going to cut all of that out, including the words. Then it's got a 6-piece layering stencil set. 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all marked, so you know which one is which and what order. You can go in any order you want, but you know, we just did them in the order that we thought would work the best. Now, this allows you to not have to color this in, because not everybody likes to color, but everybody loves shaded flowers. So when I actually licensed this artwork from an artist. She designed it for me, and I licensed it. I bought a license for it. And then I took it to Alicia and I said, Alicia, can you create a stencil that will color this in? And this is Alicia's contribution. She did this for us and made this gorgeous stencil set so that it will all be colored in beautifully. Now, one other thing I want to tell you that's in the kit, at the bottom of the box, you're going to find 2 magnets, a small magnet and a large magnet. That will fit all of your dies for this kit. Rather than, because they're all small, and so like the die sets will fit on the small magnets, and rather than sending 3 separate magnets, we thought 2 helped with the weight a little bit. I know it sounds weird, but for some reason it worked better when we weighed it this way. I don't know, that doesn't make sense, but there's a reason why we did it. I don't know why, because it has nothing to do. If you want, you can cut this one in half. Oh, I know why we did it. Because this die takes a larger die. This die takes a larger magnet. That's why we ended up doing it. So this one will fit on here, and then you can add the modern floral ones in and around it. That's why we did it. I remember now. We couldn't get this one to fit on a small magnet, so we used a large and a small. But they're in there. You can keep your kit all together. I love to keep my kits together anyway, because that's how I remember them. And now I thought it would be fun for me to show you how to stencil this flower. So why don't we do that? Thank you, Alicia, for making it easy. We don't have to color if we don't want to. The fun thing is that we can color, though. And that's what I really like about this bundle, is you can do the stenciling for the coloring if you want, but you don't have to. You can emboss this flower. You can watercolor it. You can do embossed resist. You can color with markers, colored pencils, anything that you want. Get your Gamsol out. It colors beautifully with that. But when you want to go fast, or maybe you don't feel like you're ready for that, you can use the stencils, and it's so much fun. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp this stamp set and use these stencils. Now, I have an open stamp set here because I already made the card that I want to make for you tonight, but I'm going to do it in a different color. So here's the card that I want to make tonight. And you can see I used that sweater background because I wanted to give it a little bit of texture, but I didn't really feel like using an embossing folder today, so I just used the sweater background. And then we're gonna stencil this just like this. This is all stenciled. And then we're gonna cut it out with the die, and we're gonna create a card. So let's do that together. And I'd like to welcome, we have way over 4,000 people here coming in from all of our different platforms. So I want to welcome you all and thank you guys so much for hanging in there with us, because we know that, you know, it's nighttime and you might be tired, but we really appreciate you hanging in there with us. It means the world to us. Okay, so I'm going to get my paper cutter. Where did that go? Oh, here it is. You guys know everything's everywhere, right? You know how I am. I'm going to cut this into just a 1/4 sheet for now. And I'm going to stamp this using my Misty. Now, this is a new stamp. And line art images sometimes can be a little persnickety the first couple of times of stamping. I think it's just because the lines are super delicate. So might have to stamp it more than once, but that's okay. It doesn't take much to do that. Thank you guys for the thumbs up too. I really appreciate that. It does absolutely help the channel when you give a thumbs up. What it does is YouTube says, oh, people like this, and then it just shows more people. So I appreciate that you're helping me in that way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I am going to find a black ink pad. I know I have one here. Here it is. keep seeing this and it's so cute. All right. So let's go ahead and ink this up. I'm using black Onyx ink. You can use any ink you want. You can use amalgam ink for this. You know, with the stencil, it would be kind of cool to try it with the no line ink and then stencil the color in and see how it looks. Does it look a little bit more like no line coloring? I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, I've got a goober on here. Let me restamp that. Nobody likes a goober. Let's see, is that gonna fit still? Yes. I'm gonna clean this stamp because I have a little goober. Alrighty. Yeah, the kit's only $59.95. I know, right? Right? Because you know the stamps, each of those smaller stamp sets is $19.95 by itself. They've got the full die sets. I mean, there's a lot of value in there. The 6-piece layering stencil, like all of that really adds up quickly when you're buying things a la carte. But we sell all of our a la carte items to our wholesaler. I don't know why that's doing that, because it didn't do it on my first sample. Oh, I see. Sorry. I didn't get that goober off of there. There we go. All right, one more time, because I don't want a goober on here. I want this to be really nice so that you can see how nicely it stamps. Cut one more little quarter sheet here. Actually, I have to cut 2 because I need to show you my background as well. So I had to do it anyway. Okay. I think I got it off there. It was just a little bit of something. Yeah, now I can see it's going to stamp great. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it is a good value. Like I was saying, all of our a la carte items, when we go with a la carte, we sell at wholesale. So we have to be able to build in. There's another one over here. There it is. See it? I got it off. I don't know what it was, but it was on the stamp. It just moved from over there to over there. I'm doing my best. And we have to be able to build in that price for our wholesale friends. So when we sell the kit, we don't wholesale that, and we can offer it to you at an amazing price. So if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. I don't think this one's going to last long, to be honest with you. Okay. All right, so I've got it stamped now.
So what do you call it when your ride share has a piece of gum on the seat?
What?
You're taking a goober.
A goober. Love it. See, we normally don't have a word of the day on our release parties, but you couldn't pass it up, could you? All right, let's put this back. And I'd like to welcome anybody that is new here for the first time, seeing us live. We go live every Tuesday night and every Thursday at noon. Alrighty. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to tack this down with a little masking magic. I don't even think I need to. I think this will be all right. I'm just using a masking magic strip. I want to use a wider one though, not these skinny ones. I use these for everything. I use them to hold my dies down because it won't tear the paper at all, but it does have pretty good hold. All right, so we're going to start with layer 1 of the stencil, and on these stencils the words are actually at the top. So we're going to just line it up. Just jiggle it into place until it looks right. Is that right? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you'll be able to see it snap into place where all you see then is the white of the flowers. And I'm not worried about this because I'm going to be cutting this out using my die cutting machine. So I'm not going to worry if it gets onto these edges. But if you're worried about that, you can just put a little bit of you know, a post-it note over the side just to block that off. So if you get a little messy, it won't be too messy. Now my first sample, I used the lilacs. I'm going to use the carnations for this. Let me find my brushes for that. So I'm going to start with the light carnation. And I'm going to ink this up in light carnation. It feels like a carnation. It isn't a carnation, I don't think. I think it's more of a peony. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Just going around the edges to get it a little darker around the edges. Okay, let's pull that off, and you can see now just the flowers are colored in. Now I'll tell you, wait a little bit after you stamp it 300 times like I did, because the black is not completely dry, but it's okay. It's still going to look good. Now I'm going to use the medium carnation next, and I am going to line this up. I'm going to line this right here. Let me get my little pointer. I'm going to line this right here up with this. And I'm going to line these up with the inside. Okay? So we're going to find those spots right there like that. Let's see. Make sure it looks lined up well. There we go. Okay, that should look pretty good. And you kind of be able to see, like when you're looking at this, you'll be able to see how this is covering up and this black line is kind of going around. Now, if you want, you can just pop all of these in the corner of your MISTI on white cardstock, stencil them all, and then try to stamp on top of it. I'm not that good. I don't have good luck doing that. I would rather struggle just a little, not really struggle, but like take my time and line it up one at a time, than try to get the stamping perfect. All right, so we're going to add some of this darker, this is the medium carnation. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that looks so pretty. Very pretty. All right, now we're going to do the first set of leaves, which is the main leaves. So we're going to line those up on top. Get them right where we want them. Did I throw? Oh no, they're still attached. Okay. You kind of see it drift into place. Wow. Alicia did that too. Do you see that? That's amazing. That's amazing. I don't know if you can see that, but on this right here, did that get blurry at all? Because this leaf kind of drapes over this leaf, and she actually has the opening right there. That's pretty cool. That's very tiny. Very tiny. Oop, that's too close. Wrong way. Sorry if anybody got sick like a roller coaster. I didn't mean to do that. All right, I'm going to just clean my blending brush here because I'm going to use Jelly Bean Green and Fresh Asparagus. And I'm going to use the same brush. So I had Fresh Asparagus on here already. So I'm going to use just a little Jelly Bean. So that's kind of a light yellowy green. And I want to show you how cute that the items will be available. Yeah, all the items will be available separately next month when our next kit debuts. Yes, they'll all be available separately. Okay. I know there's a lot to choose from in this release, that's for sure. And I know a lot of you guys get the kit because you know do something with the kit almost every video. But our illustrators will have lots of inspiration for their sets as well. I know Lisa does videos all the time, and Melanie's starting to do more videos as well. Okay, so now we're going to pop this one into place, and these all go right up against the bases of the leaves. So that looks pretty good. And then these I'm going to do with fresh asparagus. That's this. So I'm using that same blending brush. Yes, I do a sneak preview for every new kit. I do sneak peeks first on our Facebook group, because that's where the majority of people congregate, is in our group. So I do the little sneak peek, you know, an image from each set, an image or two. And then during the release party, I always try to do a little something featuring the kit, just so that you get a first card idea. Okay. So there, now we've got that deeper color in there. Oh, I love it. That's very pretty. Now I'm going to use the spruces, so something a little bit bluer for the eucalyptus parts. Well, the eucalyptus and these extra little bits and pieces of this flower. So, you know, you got to kind of wiggle it a little to get it all lined up. There we go. Looking good. There we go. And I will use the light spruce first. Let me find a spruce brush. I do have separate brushes for my spruces than from my regular greens, just because it has a lot of blue in it. So I do like to use a different green brush. Okay, so we'll add that light spruce in there. I like the two greens together. Very pretty. Okay, and then layer 6 is going, it's so much easier than coloring, right guys? And then I'm going to get layer 6 on there, and that goes just along the bases of each of these leaves as well. Tiny. So cute. Looks pretty good. And then I'll go down to the medium spruce. So just a little bit of a darker, same vein. But it'll just give me that shadow toward the bottom of each of these leaves. It's a very graphic style too, the way this colors everything in. I like that a lot. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It looks so crisp, yes. I agree. Okay, so we're gonna cut this out with the die cutting machine and the die. I do have the coordinating die over here, so I don't have to open that package. Here it is, it's jumbo. Let me move everything out of the way. The other night on my live, if you didn't see that live, I did show, I zoomed all the way out to show what a mess my workspace was. It's messy. It's messy. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this. All right, I might be a little off the screen here, but you guys know how to cut a die. Okay, and I am going to use masking magic to tack it down. I knew that would happen, but just need to get it lined up. There we go. Good, good. And we'll pop this on top and cut.
We have a lot of kits, right?
We do. Well, we always do, but sometimes some kits just sell better than others. And we, we haven't had a kit since last October. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. We haven't had a kit since last October, so we think people might be really excited about a kit because they haven't had one for a while. So we did our best to guesstimate. So we are hoping for the best. Okay, so next I am going to get this background stamp out, and I'm going to use that soft stone ink. I've got a piece of cardstock here, and I'll show you how easy this is. And I really like just leaving the acetate right on the front. You don't have to take that acetate off. Just take it off the back where the stamp is, and just lay it down right into on your desktop. And then what I'm going to do, I want to make sure I have a bigger piece of cardstock. I'm going to just ink this up with soft stone ink. Now I've only used this stamp once, so it's not prepped, it's not primed, I didn't wash it. Unfortunately, I didn't even rub my finger all over it. So, but it's a light color. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay this right on top here. I'm going to lay this on top, and I'm going to rub my finger all over it, my hands all over it. Okay. That should be pretty good. Oh, isn't that beautiful? It looks like a sweater. It's so pretty. Now, you guys know our ink has a smoothing agent in it, so when it dries even smoother than it looks right now. And our ink always looks a little darker going on than after it has a chance to dry. It dries up to the proper color. So these are nice. I like these. Now I'm going to cut this down to... take a little off of each side. I'm going to cut it down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I'm just cutting it so that I'm going to cut a little bit more. 4 3/4. Is that what I want to do? 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, so that's the size I'm going to do for my background. Now, I do need to cut another panel, so I can just use this. Even though I just got ink all over it, you can't really see it, and I'll just flip it over and use the other side. I'm going to cut this down to 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. If you don't want to cut these panels by hand, you can cut them with master layouts too. And it might be a little easier for some of you to cut it with master layouts too if you don't nail the stamp straight, you know, because it does have to be kind of straight or else it's going to look kind of wonky. So I happened to get lucky there and stamped it very straight. But if you don't, you can cut it out with one of the rectangles from master layouts 2, or you can go up a size and go to master layouts 1. So I'm going to layer that together. Okay. Yeah, see, if I had cut it with master layouts 2, it would be much more precise. It's not perfect, but it's better than horrible. Right, Tom?
I would say so.
Could be a little bit better on this side, but I think it's going to work. Okay, now for card base color, I'm thinking maybe Innocent Pink might be really pretty with this. I think that will look really nice together. So why don't we use that combination, because we already have that purple combination with, I used Wild Wisteria cardstock for this one, so I think the Innocent Pink would be really pretty here. If you want to go down a color on this one, you could go to Dusty Rose. Let me see if I have a Dusty Rose in here somewhere. Do I have a Dusty Rose? Maybe I don't. Maybe I used all my Dusty Rose. I think I did. I think I used all my Dusty Rose. But you could use Dusty Rose. But I think this is going to look really pretty together. So that happened to be a half sheet that I had laying around. So I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. And we'll do a book fold here. Okay. And now I'm going to put this all together and then we'll stamp our greeting. But can you see, doesn't this look really good, like sweater texture? And I love pink and gray together. It's so pretty together. It's such a nice combination. Okay. That looks pretty good. Get rid of that little fray. And then this is going to kind of drape over like on my first card, like that. And then let me get my Misty back into the action because we're going to stamp our greeting right onto that background. Now you could stamp it and cut it out if you prefer. That would work. Certainly would work. I used Hello Lovely, but I think maybe you are very loved would be nice. Or Hello Sweet Friend would be nice. Sending love. Let's do sending love. Okay, we'll prep that a little bit. Okay, now we want to put this where we want it. I want the flower on here so I can get a good idea of where the greeting should go. I think that looks good. I'm going to pick the greeting up. And then you guys have seen me do this before, but I feel like I need to do it now just to be safe. I'm going to use my index sheet from my stamp set. Just lay it on top here. Make sure everything's tucked in. And then I'm going to stamp this greeting to make sure it looks straight. Because with the delicate word sending, sometimes it's a little hard to see. I think that looks pretty straight. Okay. That looks good. So let me clean that off of the index sheet. And now we'll stamp it for real. Now, it's a very delicate greeting, the word sending, so I'm going to stamp it super light. And then I'm going to stamp it like 2 more times. And I'm just layering color to get it blacker without squishing it, because I really don't want the word sending to be squished at all. There we go. Looks good. Clean that stamp. And now we will apply our flower onto here. Let's get rid of this. Check my fingers for black ink. And then we could pop this up to give it some texture. Should we do that? Or we can lay it right on there. It doesn't really matter. I think we'll do it. We'll lay it right on there. So I'm just going to get some tape on here. I'm not worried about the outside stuff. I'm not worried about that. I just want to get the flowers all taped right. And then we'll turn it the way we want it. That looks pretty good right there. Okay. Then I'll get my Connect glue and we'll add just a couple little embellishments on here. We could do gold, we could do silver, we could do some pearls, we could try pink. Let's see if we have enough pink. Ooh, that is a very pretty pink pearl. Isn't that pretty? I like that. Let's see what else we have in here. We'll pull some of these out so we can see them better. Sometimes the big ones, the little ones pool at the bottom. These are our rainbow pearls. So let's see, do we have any tinies? This is tiny. I might just use like 3 of them. Okay, let me get this. It'll be easier to pick them up. Oh, that is pretty. Let's see what this one looks like. Yes, that's very pretty too. I don't think I need one that big. I think these smaller ones might look the best. That's purple. I want one more small one. Just making a mess. It's a small one. Sometimes they're shiny, sometimes they're all a little different. So I'm trying to find the ones that really match nicely. I think that looks good. Don't mean to be picky here, but you know, here's a good one. There we go. That's pretty too. Oh, they're all a little bit different. That one doesn't have as much shine, so that's going to have to go on another card. Pick one more out. Let's get rid of that. Maybe we will use one of these bigger ones. That might be kind of fun, actually. Gotta go straight down on them, and I always forget that. There we go. Let's do that. We'll do that little combination right there. Do you guys take as long as I do to pick your embellishments? Because, you know, I want it to look good, and I want everything to match and look nice together. I don't know. I'm picky sometimes. Sometimes I'm picky, and sometimes I'm like, yep, that's better than horrible. Good enough. I'm not left-handed, so I don't know what I'm doing with my left hand and the glue. But there is that finished card. So that is the lovely flowers from the brand new Hello Lovely kit. And we've got modern florals, we've got the coffee critters, we've got so many things that we're going to do with this kit together. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started on Thursday. But there's my two samples, two different color combinations. You can kind of get a feel for how the stencil works and how it looks when it's all colored in. Sure makes life easier with these layered stencils, I'll tell you. Well, everybody, this was so much fun. I hope you had a good time tonight, and I hope that you were able to see some things that inspire you. And all of the products are now available on our website at ginakdesigns.com. Right up at the top, when you click the shop button, you'll see what's new. If you click the what's new category, all of this stuff will show up. But there might be more than one page, so definitely page through and find all of the different things. You can look at them and read the descriptions and decide what would make you happy. Well, everybody, all the illustrators, thank you so much for showing up tonight and inspiring us. To everybody that came in from Facebook and our Facebook group and Twitch and YouTube, thank you all for being here. Tom and I will be back on Thursday with another Stampin' Chat Live, and I have to let you in on a secret. I'm going live tomorrow. Not here. I'm going live on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel with Heidi, because Heidi's doing a special promotion and she has a little free gift that we're going to talk about over there tomorrow. And I'm trying to think of what time that is. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll be posting it everywhere first thing tomorrow morning. So when you see it, set a reminder and come over and see Heidi and I, because we're going to be making a couple of fun cards for you on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. Until then, everybody, stay safe and healthy, stay warm. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.